All right, it's about 9:30, heading to Siren Records for Record Store Day. Have a 10 o'clock appointment and should be good. Looking forward to it. It's a little rainy out. See how it goes. Hello, Vinyl community. How you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. Yesterday was Record Store Day, and I managed to get out and go participate. I went to my local record store, Siren Records, had a good time, picked up some things that I was after, and yeah, it was all very positive. Really happy that I got to participate. My local record store is Siren Records in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and the way they handle Record Store Day these days is they have a by appointment schedule. So several weeks, a month or so before Record Store Day, they put out messaging about scheduling an appointment for Record Store Day, blocks of time that you can put your name in for if the slots are available. And then for their Patreons, which I am a Patreon of Siren Records, you get the first opportunity to schedule your time. So the first time slot was 10 to 10:30, so I was scheduled to go in between that time, just show up and go in at that time. They had a very good crowd, people waiting, even who weren't registered for that time. If you didn't have a time slot, it's open to the public at 12:30 p.m. So it's a pretty good system, very good crowd. I wasn't really worried about missing out on anything. They seem to have good quantities of stuff that all across the board. And today's the day after, so I even saw their post today. They still got tons of stuff left, so they were well prepared for Record Store Day, and it seemed like a great turnout. This is the first time that I've gone to Record Store Day in person in a number of years, so I'm happy I went, got the things that I wanted, and a few other things. So I'm on here to share what I picked up. The main thing that I was after was this, Peter Gabriel OVO. Now this was a Record Store Day first, not an exclusive. So at some point this will be released in a non-Record Store Day version. So OVO by Peter Gabriel. This was came out in 2000 for the Millennium concert in London. Peter Gabriel and I forget the other gentleman's name, Mark something, put together this story about OVO and this whole concert, thematic concert that went along with that story, and they had production of it at the O2 Arena, I believe. So the soundtrack came out in 2000, and from my understanding, this is the first time it's ever been released on vinyl. When it came out in 2000, I did pick up the CD version, which is right here. So I've had this for many, many years. So this is 2 LP blue and orange vinyl, 33 1/3 half-speed master, and it includes a high-res download. So yeah, this was my main want. Really nice packaging, Real World Records, Peter Gabriel's label. There's the inside. So the packaging for this is really nice. Here's the inner sleeves with some nice artwork, a little bit about the story and the lyrics. And here's disc 2, again some nice artwork. Now on here there's some special guests. I'm sure some names that you'll recognize: Paul Buchanan, Elizabeth Fraser, Alison Goldfrapp, Richie Havens, Ireland Leonard, I'm sure that's an Irish name that I can't pronounce. Ed Zito, the Black Dyke Band, the Dole Foundation, Electra Strings, Shankar, and then some of the members of his normal touring band like David Rhodes and Tony Levin and Manu Katché and Richard Evans and Jed Lynch, members like that. And here This is disc 1. It's on a nice blue with an orange label. Very nice. And then disc 2 is reversed. It is orange vinyl with a blue label. Here is the booklet, The Story of OVO. It's kind of like a comic book with panels and drawing. So pretty cool. All in all, really happy that I have this in my collection. Been long waiting for this to come out on vinyl, so it's good to finally have it. So don't only have to rely on the CD anymore. So that was the first thing I picked up. The next thing on my list was this. Yes, Live at the Rainbow, London, England, December 16th, 1972. This is a full concert from that show. Great recording, great performance, great songs. So this would have been the Close to the Edge tour, the first tour with Alan White on drums after Bill Bruford left the band. So they did a really nice job with this. Sounds great. This is the only thing I've listened to so far. Sounds great. It is 5 sides live of the concert, and the final side is a etching. This is kind of like a matte finish here, you know, not glossy or anything. Kind of in the style of a bootleg. There's the back and the track listings. So they did skimp on the packaging a little bit. It's just a single pocket jacket with the 3 LPs inside, but there's enough space that it holds them nicely. So let's see, here is the hype sticker that I cut out. It says, live performance from the legendary Close to the Edge tour, limited edition triple LP set with side F etching available for the first time on vinyl. So this was out, I believe, I have a DVD of this concert. I believe it's this show, or maybe it was broken out between different shows, but yeah, so it's wonderful and sounds great. The thing I noticed the most that I guess I never picked out before is the Mellotron. The Mellotron really stands out in this recording, so that was great because I love the Mellotron. And Rick Wakeman is just a wizard on the keyboards. So I'm going to pull out the last record here to show you the etching, but that's just what the label looks like on all 3. And here is the etching, which is pretty nice. So you got the Yes logo and kind of this circular etching all around. So pretty cool. So yeah, definitely happy to have this. At first I wasn't sure if this would be something that I wanted to pick up, but as we got closer to record store day, I knew it was one that I was definitely going to want. And then the final record store day release that I picked up is, okay, so Craft Recordings Mulligan meets Monk. Yeah, so I think this was a pretty popular pickup amongst the jazz community. So this is in mono, which is nice. So originally came out on Riverside. So Jerry Mulligan meets Monk. And other players on here, you have, of course, Jerry Mulligan on baritone saxophone, Thelonious Monk on piano, Wilbert Ware on bass, Shadow Wilson on the drums. And these are recordings from August 12th and 13th, 1957. So here is the hype sticker. This says limited mono edition, original mono mix of Jerry Mulligan and Thelonious Monk's 1957 Riverside album. AAA lacquers cut from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, pressed on 100-gram vinyl at RTI. So yeah, stoked to have this. Have not listened to it yet, but yeah, I'm ready. So happy to have grabbed that. And then after I went through the Record Store Day section, I browsed around a little bit, and I always head over to the 45 section to see what they have, and I grabbed 3 things. I collect 80s singles, if you didn't know. So I found 3 that I didn't have, and I'm pretty excited to have them. So first, David Bowie, China Girl. Pull out the sleeve here. That's the back, which the B-side is Shake It. So that's great. Okay. Joe Jackson, Is She Really Going Out With Him? And on the B-side is Do the Instant Mash. And this technically is an 80s. It came out in 1979. I guess that was Look Sharp. I guess Look Sharp came out in 1979. And finally, I got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Here Comes My Girl, back with Louisiana Rain. Let's see. Yeah, so all around it was great. I didn't spend too much time in the store, maybe an hour, if that. It took a little while getting through the Record Store Day stuff because big crowd. But it was managed really nicely. Everyone was very considerate, and there was no real push-in or anything like that. People were saying, do you see such and such? And then someone would grab it and hand it over. I know I did that for someone for the Elvis Costello release. I had just seen it, just walked by it, and someone said, anyone see the Elvis Costello? And I, pulled it out and handed it over. So yeah, great day. When I checked out, I noticed that they had the Strata East CD sampler. I'm looking forward to getting into this. Very interested in the new Strata East reissue series that's coming out. Is it a reissue series, or it's... Yeah, reissue series of a handful of titles. So yeah, I grabbed this. And yeah, Record Store Day was great, and really happy with what I got. And I've been binging other people's Record Store Day videos. Yesterday I spent a good amount of time just like watching Record Store Day recaps and such. So I had fun. Good day all around. So I hope everyone had a good Record Store Day, and I know it's been a while since I've come on here, a few months actually, but hoping to get back in the groove here because I have stuff to show and talk about. So everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Let me know how your Record Store Day was. Let me know what you thought of my pickups, and if you picked up any of these, what your thoughts are on them. Yeah, so that's going to do it, and I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon, hopefully very soon. Take care now. Bye.